Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's session. It's called The Evolving Role of Software Testers in 2025. Before we talk about where software testing is going in 2025, let's take a quick look at the past. Over the last 10 years, the job of a tester has changed a lot. In the past, testers were involved only at the end of a project, just before the release. But now, testers are part of the whole development process from the how software testing has changed over time from the old ways to how we do it today. First one is testing life cycle. In the past, testing happened only after all the development work was done. This was mostly in the waterfall model. Testers didn't get much time and there was a lot of pressure. Many bugs were missed because testing was rushed at the end. But now things are different with Agile and DevOps. Testing happens in every sprint from the beginning of the project to the end. We follow something called shift left testing. That means we start testing early, even during the planning stage. This way we can find bugs early and fix them quickly. We also use tools to help with testing during development. For example, JUnit for unit testing, Postman for testing APIs, and just for JavaScript testing. Second one is team collaboration. In the past, testers used to work alone. We call this work in silos. There wasn't much talking or sharing with developers or designers. People thought only testers were responsible for quality, but now that's changed. Testers work closely with developers, product owners, and UX designers. Everyone is responsible for quality now. It's a team effort. Developers write unit tests, testers and developers test together, and sometimes the whole team joins in bug hunts to find problems early. So today it's all about working together and sharing the responsibility for quality. And third one is manual versus automation. In the past, most testing was done by hand, manually. Doing the same test again and again for every release was boring and sometimes bugs were missed. But now automation has become very important. It helps us test faster and gives us quick, reliable results, especially when we test often. We usually automate things like regression test, smoke test, and data-driven test. We use tools like Selenium, Cypress, Playwright, and Test Cafe to do this. Fourth one is bug finding versus quality focus. Earlier, testers were judged by how many bugs they found. The goal was to break the system after the developers finished building it. But now the focus is different. We try to prevent bugs early and make sure the user has a smooth and happy experience. Testers don't just look for bug anymore. We also check things like speed, how easy it is to use, and safety, and if everyone can use it, including people with disabilities. Testers also join the team early during requirement discussions before the coding even starts. This helps find problems early and build better software from the beginning. And the last one is the speed of only once in a few months or even once a year. Testing looks a long time and projects were often delayed, but now everything is much faster thanks to something called CI/CD pipelines. This means continuous integration and continuous delivery. Now, whenever a developer makes a change in the code, it gets automatically built, tested, and deployed. We don't have to wait for a big release anymore. We can send updates many times a day. Tools like Jenkins, GitHub Actions, GitLab CI, and Azure DevOps helps make this process quick and smooth. So the role of a tester has changed a lot. Before, we used to test only after the development was done. Now we get involved right from the beginning, and in the next part, we'll see how 2025 is taking this even further, with AI and smarter tools helping us more than ever. Gayashani will explain top trends in 2025.
Okay, let me explain top trends in 2025. First one is AI power testing. By 2025, AI has completely transformed software testing. What used to be manual work has become intelligent automation. AI can now generate test cases on its own, detect when the user interfaces changes, predict where bugs are likely to happen, and even fix broken tests automatically. There are tools like Test Team, MABI, and Functionize that use machine learning to handle all the repetitive tasks that used to eat up so much time. This frees up human testers to focus on the bigger picture strategy and creative problem solving. The key is to think of AI as your partner, not something that's going to replace you entirely. When you take this approach, you end up delivering software fast and with higher quality while still keeping human judgment in the mix for those complex scenarios that need the human touch. The second one is shift left and shift right testing. Shift left and shift right testing work together to give you comprehensive quality coverage by testing at both ends of your development cycle. So what do these terms actually mean? Shift left testing means that you are testing early. That means during planning, designing, and coding phases. You are using practices like test-driven development, behavior-driven development, and static analysis. The big advantage here is that you can catch bugs when they are much cheaper to fix. Shift right testing is the opposite of that. You are testing after you have released your software to real users with real data. You are using things like feature flags, A/B testing, and production monitoring to catch issues that only show up under the real world conditions. When you put up these two approaches together, you can get a continuous testing spectrum that ensures quality from your very first idea all the way through to live production. You are getting the cost benefit of catching things early, plus the reality checks that comes from testing in production with actual users. The third one is test ops, DevOps for testers. Test ops basically integrates testing right into your DevOps pipelines. Instead of treating tests as this separate phase that happens later, it makes testing a shared responsibility across your entire development team. Test ops does automatically manage all the stuff that used to be manual. Your test environments, test data, execution, and reporting. It uses tools you are probably already familiar with like Jenkins, Docker, and GitHub Actions. Here's what really great about this approach is that your testers start collaborating early with developers and operation teams. This enables continuous testing and gives you fast feedback throughout your entire software development lifecycle. The end result is that you can accelerate your release cycle while still maintaining high quality. Testing actually keeps pace with rapid development changes instead of becoming this bottleneck that slows everything down. Essentially, test ops transforms testing from this isolated activity into a seamless part of your continuous delivery process. It just flows naturally with everything else you are doing. The fourth one is hyper-automation in testing. Hyper-automation takes things to the next level by using AI, scripts, bots, and smart tools to automate your entire testing ecosystem. We are not just talking about test execution here. We are here talking about everything around it, like reporting, data generation, test maintenance, and even predicting defects before they happen. Here's one of the coolest capabilities that AI can automatically fix broken tests when your UI changes. Think about how much of time normally you spend manual debugging when something breaks. This eliminates hours of work of that. This goes way beyond traditional automation because it's using machine learning and robotic process automation to create smarter, self-maintaining testing processes. Your tests literally maintain themselves. The impact is pretty huge. You are reducing human intervention across your entire testing lifecycle while actually increasing efficiency and accuracy in your CI/CD pipelines. We are talking about making testing truly autonomous, not just automated. There's a big difference. Autonomous means it thinks and adapts on its own, not just follows pre-written scripts. The fifth one is low-code, no-code testing tools. No-code and no-code testing tools are game changers because they are made test automation accessible to people who aren't programmers. Instead of having to write code, you get visual interfaces, drag and drop features, and simple logic that anyone can understand. Tools like Catalan, Test Project, and Tosca let manual testers and business analysts to create automated tests without needing a deep programming knowledge. You are literally dragging and dropping your way to automation. Here's the key benefits that these platforms democratize test automation. You are no longer dependent on having specialized coding skills on your team, and you can speed up test creating dramatically. This opens up so many possibilities for broader team collaboration. Your manual testers can actually transition into automation roles without having to go back to school to learn programming. It makes testing way more efficient in agile environments where, let's be honest, not everyone needs to be a programmer to contribute to automation. It's really about breaking down those barriers and letting more people participate in automation processes. The sixth one is testing beyond functionality. Testing beyond functionality is all about expanding what testers are responsible for. We are not just doing functional verification anymore. Here we are covering performance, security, accessibility, usability, and reliability. Modern quality assurance means you have to evaluate everything that the user actually experiences, not just whether the feature works as they are supposed to do. Here's why this matters so much. A single test suite that only focuses on functionalities just isn't enough anymore. Your users don't care if a feature technically works if the app is slow, insecure, or impossible to use. As testers, we have to make sure application delivers smooth, secure, and accessible experiences under real-world conditions. We are dealing with user satisfaction, system stability, and compliance requirements all at the same time. This holistic approach recognizes something really important. True quality isn't just about feature completion. It encompasses the entire user experience. When someone uses your app, they are not just thinking that this button is work. They are thinking, is this is easy to use, fast, and does it make me feel confident about my data? That's what we need to be testing for. The seventh one is real-time feedback and monitoring. Real-time feedback and monitoring takes testing right into the production. We are using tools like Datadog, New Relic, and Grafana to continuously observe our applications after they have been deployed. As testers, we are now monitoring logs, performance metrics, and user feedbacks as part of our ongoing testing cycle. Here's the key shift that's happening is that we are moving testing from something that just happened before deployment to a continuous process. Instead of waiting around for post-deployment reports to tell us that something went wrong, we can detect and respond to issues instantly. This creates a completely different testing culture, one that's proactive instead of reactive. Real-world users' behavior and system performances become integral part of quality assurance. Think about it this way as that you are no longer just testing what you think might happen. You are watching what actually is happening with real users in real time. When something starts to go sideways, you know about it immediately, instead of finding out about it days later when the users start complaining. So the next part we can discuss with our Madushi.
Okay, now I discuss about key tools for 2025. This section is all about giving your audience a glimpse into the latest and most useful tools that modern software testers are using in 2025. Now that we have seen the trends shaping testing in 2025, let's look at the tools that bring these trends to life. From AI to visual testing, the toolbox of a modern tester has grown a lot, and these tools help us test smarter, not harder. The first category is AI powered testing tools. AI powered testing tools use artificial intelligence to improve and automate the software testing process. They help detect bugs, adapt to changes, and optimize test coverage, making testing faster, smarter, and more reliability with less manual effort. The first example of AI-powered testing tools is Testim. Testim is AI-powered test automation platform that helps teams quickly create, run, and manage end-to-end tests for web applications. It uses machine learning to make tests more stable by adapting to change in the app, reducing maintenance, and improving the test reliability. The second example is MABI. Typically stands for machine-based intelligence, a concept or system where machine use artificial intelligence to analyze data, learn from it, and make decisions or predictions. It focuses on automating complex tasks, improving efficiency, and supporting human decision making across various fields like business, healthcare, and technology. The third example is Functionize, a cloud-based AI-powered testing tool that helps automate web application testing. It uses machine learning to create, run, and maintain tests, reducing manual effort and increasing test accuracy. The second category is code assistance, intelligence tools that support software developers by using artificial intelligence to improve the coding process. They help with tasks like written code, suggesting improvements, detecting errors, and explaining complex functions. These assistants learn from large datasets and adapt to different programming language and styles, making development faster, more efficient, and accessible even to those with limited coding experience. The first example is GitHub Copilot, an AI coding assistant that suggests code in real based on your input. It helps speed up development, reduce repetitive tasks, and supports multiple programming language directly in your code editor. The second example is an Amazon Code Whisper, an AI-powered coding assistant by AWS that provides real-time code suggestions based on your code and natural language input. It supports multiple languages, helps detect security issues, and ensures responsible coding by flagging open source license requirements. It's designed to speed up development and improve code quality. The third category is visual testing tools. Visual testing tools automatically detect UI issues by comparing the actual appearance of an application with the expected design. And then they focus on how to interface looks, identifying problems like layout, shift, misalignment, and style inconsistencies. Unlike functional testing, they ensure visual consistency across browsers, devices, and screen sizes. These tools are often integrated into CI/CD pipelines to catch visual bugs early, saving time and reducing manual effort. The first example is AppyTools. AppyTools is a visual testing tool that uses AI to detect UI differences by comparing shots with the baseline. It integrates with testing frameworks like Selenium and Cypress, supports web and mobile apps, and ensure the visual consistency across browsers and devices. The second example is Percy. Percy is the visual testing tool that captures and compares screenshots of web applications to detect visual changes. It helps ensure UI consistency by highlighting difference between new and previous version, integrated with CI/CD pipelines and popular test frameworks. Plus, supports cross-browser testing and responsive design checks, making it easy to catch visual bugs during development. The fourth category is low-code, no-code test automation. Low-code, no-code test automation enables users to create tests using visual interfaces with minimal or no coding. It simplifies test creation, speeds up automation, and allows both technical and non-technical team members to contribute, making it ideal for fast-paced development environments. The first example is Catalan Studio. Catalan Studio is an all-in-one test automation tool for web, mobile, desktop, and API testing. It supports both low-code and script-based approaches, making it suitable for beginners and experienced testers. Catalan is integrated with CI/CD tools, provide built-in reporting, and helps teams automate test efficiently across platforms. The second example is Test Project. Test Project was a free cloud-based test automation platform designed for web, mobile, and API testing, built on top of open source framework like Selenium and Appium. It offered a user-friendly interface suitable for both beginners and experienced testers. The third example is Tricentis Tosca. Tricentis Tosca is the model-based test automation tool that simplifies creating and maintaining tests without heavy coding. It supports web, mobile, API, and enterprise app testing, helping teams achieve faster and more efficient continuous testing. The fifth category is API and performance testing. API testing is a type of software testing that focuses on verifying whether APIs work as expected. Instead of testing the user interface, it checks the logic and response of the system and at the service level. The example is Postman. Postman is a popular API development and testing tool used by developers, testers, and QA engineers to send requests, analyze responses, and automate API testing. It has a user-friendly interface that makes it easy to work with RESTful SOAP and GraphQL APIs. And the second example is JMeter. Apache JMeter is an open source tool used for performance testing, load testing, and functional testing of applications, especially web application and APIs. Developed by Apache Software Foundation, it is written in Java and can simulate thousands of software to test how a system performs under heavy load. The next example is K6. K6 is a modern open source performance testing tool designed for load testing APIs, websites, and microservices. It is developer friendly, written in Go, and allows you to written test scripts in JavaScript. The next category is accessibility testing tools. Accessibility testing tools are software tools used to ensure that website, applications, and digital content are usable by people with disabilities, including those who rely on assistive technologies like screen readers, keyboard navigation, and voice command. The first example is Axico. Axico is an open source accessibility testing engine developed by Deck System. It is underlying JavaScript library that power many popular accessibility testing tools, including XDevTools, XCLI, integration with Selenium, Cypress, Jest, and more. It helps developers automatically detect accessibility issues on web pages based on the WCAG. The next topic is new skills for modern testers. It will explain Ushani.
As part of the QA team, I will be talking about something that's important for all of us, new skills for modern testers in 2025. Now we all know tools are important, but tools alone won't make us a great tester. In 2025, to be successful in this fast-changing industry, we need a solid mix of technical skills, analytical thinking, and soft skills. Let's break down this into few key areas. The first key skill area is technical and automation skills. Testing is no longer just about clicking through screens to find bugs today. Testers are expected to be technically involved and contribute directly to the quality of the product by writing and maintaining automated tests. To do that, testers should have a good understanding of scripting language like Python, Java, and JavaScript. Also, work with tools like Selenium, Playwright, or Cypress, and use testing frameworks such as TestNG, PyTest, or Jest to structure the test. In addition, knowing how to use JIT and version control system is essential as it allows for better collaboration with developers and smoother project workflow. The second key skill area for modern testers in 2025 is API and database testing. In today's software landscape, most applications heavily on APIs and backend data to function correctly. So it's no longer enough to test the user interface. Testers are now expected to validate what's happening behind the scenes, how data flow through APIs, how it's stored, and how it retrieved. Tools like Postman and SoapUI are widely used for testing APIs, helping testers send requests, check responses, and verify the behavior of endpoints. On the database side, it's important to know how to write basic SQL queries to check that the data are accurate and consistent. Tools such as DB Visualizer or MySQL Workbench can also help explore and inspect database tables more efficiently. So why does this matter? Because a lot of core business logic doesn't sit in the UI anymore. It lives in the API and database. If testers only focus on the front end, they might miss critical issues that affect how the system actually works. That's why strong API and database testing skills are essential for quality assurance professionals who want to contribute to building reliable, high-performing applications. The third key skill area for modern testers in 2025 is AI awareness and test intelligence. In 2025, testers are not expected to build artificial intelligence, but they definitely need to understand how AI and machine learning systems behave so they can test them properly and also use AI-powered testing tools effectively. Unlike traditional systems, AI doesn't always give the same results every time. For example, an AI chatbot might give slightly different answers even when asked the same question. This is called non-deterministic behavior. As testers, we need to know how to handle and validate these kind of outputs without relying on the fixed expected results. Also, there are now several tools that use AI supporting testing like Testing, GitHub Copilot, or Functionals. These tools can help generate test cases, autocomplete test scripts, or even suggest bug fixes. So why is this important? Because AI is becoming part of almost everything, not just in the product we are testing. But in the tools we use every day as testers, having basic awareness of how AI works and how it impacts testing allows QA professionals to stay relevant, efficient, and ahead of a curve in modern development environment. The fourth important area for modern testers is DevOps and CI/CD. Today, testing is not something we do only at the end. It's now part of the delivery pipeline, which means tests run automatically as soon as new code is added. So as testers, we should learn tools like GitHub Actions or Azure DevOps. These tools help run our tests as part of the development process. We also need to understand how testing works in CI/CD workflows, like when the tests run, how they affect the build, and how they help release faster. It's good to know a little about cloud platforms too, because many applications today are built and deployed in these environments. As testers, we should have a basic understanding that help us collaborate better with the team and understand how our testing fits into the full process of delivering software. The fifth important area for modern testers is soft skills. Now, it's not just about how we write test cases or automate scripts. As QA professionals, we also need strong communication, collaboration, and critical thinking skills. We need to work closely with developers and product owners. That means being part of the conversation, asking the right questions, and making sure we understand the product from both the technical and user point of view. Critical thinking is key. We have to think beyond the obvious. What could go wrong? How might be real user this feature? And good communication is also essential. It's not just about finding bugs. It's about clearly reporting them, explaining the risk, and sometimes even defending why something needs to be fixed. And finally, we must be adaptable. Why does this matter? Because we often act as the bridge between the tech teams and the business side. Our job isn't just testing, it helps the whole team deliver quality. The sixth important area for modern testers is continuous learning mindset. In our field, tools and technologies are always evolving. What's popular today might be outdated next year. So, as modern testers, we need to stay curious and open to learning all the time. This means following testing blogs, YouTube channels, and online communities to keep up with the latest trend and ideas. It also means taking online courses from places like Udemy or Coursera. Many of them really help us sharpen our skills. Also, there are many free open source tools out to experiment with. Why is this important? Because no matter how experienced we are, if we stop learning, we fall behind. But if we stay curious and keep learning, we stay relevant and grow into even better testers. So that's it for our session today. We hope this gives you some insight into how the QA role is transforming and how we can all work better together in building high quality software. We want to sincerely thank you all of you taking time to join us today. Thank you.